video channel, Camino Frances.
Today we're diving into Camino Frances, one of the most iconic routes of the Camino Santiago. Whether you're seeking tips and insights for your own journey, or just want to enjoy our adventure, we've got you covered. And don't forget to subscribe for more exciting content. Camino Frances, or the French Way, is the most famous route of the Camino de Santiago. It begins in Saint-Jean-Pied-de-Port. My Camino included rest days in Pamplona, Burgos, León, and Ponferrada. It ended 55 days and 500 miles later at Santiago de Compostela. Some walk all the way to Finisterre, also called the End of the World, which takes 3 or 4 additional days. Instead, I decided to finish in Santiago and drive with my family to Finisterre. Here is my list of the top 12 things to see on the Camino Frances in the order that I walked them. First on my list is the walk over the Pyrenees, starting from the Saint-Jean in France. The first stop is the Pilgrim office, where you pick up the Pilgrim Credential booklet. You need to get 2 stamps per day in order to get your Compostela certificate. And don't worry, navigating the Camino is easy. The route is clearly marked with arrows indicating the route. Traveling alone on the Camino is very safe. You will never be alone with a steady stream of pilgrims along the route. Later, the route becomes very busy when traveling from Sarria to Santiago de Compostela. The route starts in France, where immediately the path takes you uphill into the Pyrenees Mountains. Many consider this initial leg of the journey to be the most challenging. While some hike 16 miles across the Pyrenees on the first day, I recommend a more measured approach. Break this segment into 2 days and stay in Refuge Orison. Trust me, your legs will thank you, and you'll have the chance to savor the breathtaking scenery at a more leisurely pace. And why not have an ice-cold beer while watching the view? Roncesvalles is the first town you'll encounter in Spain, steeped in historical significance. All right, good morning, old farts. I'm out on the trail. I got up early this morning, about 6 o'clock. It's Friday, the 25th of August. Anyway, I'm about 3 miles now, and it's just starting to get light, so let's see where it goes today. The distance from Refuge Orison to the Spanish border is approximately 8.7 miles. From Refuge Orison, the route to Roncesvalles ascends through lush greenery and panoramic views of the Pyrenees. This section was covered in fog, making it a very serene and peaceful walk. Today's walk has a food truck that offers local snacks and refreshments, perfect for a morning break. Make sure you enjoy this nice break. There's not much between here and Roncesvalles. The road sign in Roncesvalles shows the remaining distance to Santiago de Compostela as 790 kilometers, reminding pilgrims of the long journey ahead. Another highlight in Roncesvalles is the Pilgrims' Hostel, which has welcomed pilgrims since 1127. Whether you choose to stay here or not, I highly recommend taking the time to visit this remarkable and historical place. Iglesia de Santiago provides a quiet place for reflection and is frequently visited by pilgrims on their journey. Next on my list of favorites is Pamplona, a city rich in history and culture. The walk from Roncesvalles to Pamplona took 2 days, with beautiful scenery along the way. Bar Dana Ona provided good coffee and great conversation with other pilgrims. The first thing you notice during your walk into Pamplona are the Murallas de Pamplona, 16th century walls that have protected the city for centuries. While in Pamplona, be sure to visit the Plaza de Toros, known for the running of the bulls during the San Fermin festival. The event is a 9-day festival held annually in July. Participants, wearing white outfits with red scarves, run alongside bulls through the city's narrow streets as part of the tradition to honor Saint Fermin. Make sure to visit the Pamplona Cathedral, built between 1394 and 1501. It replaces an earlier church in the same location. The cathedral is a popular stop with pilgrims. Plaza del Castillo is located in the heart of Pamplona and was constructed in the 16th and 17th centuries. The kiosk in the center was built in 1943. The plaza, surrounded by cafes, bars, and restaurants, provides a pleasant spot for locals and visitors to enjoy Spanish cuisine and ambiance. And of course, it's another place to enjoy an ice-cold San Miguel beer. Next is Alto del Perd3n, or the Hill of Forgiveness. Although the sun rises late in Spain this time of year, I prefer starting early. I began my quiet walk through Pamplona at around 6 a.m. As I reached the summit, I found breathtaking views of the surrounding plains and mountains. The sculptures created by artist Vicente Galbete in 1996 represent pilgrims from different periods of the Camino. The medieval bridge of Puente la Reina is about 14.8 miles from Pamplona on the way to Estella.
Well, good morning. It's Wednesday, the 30th of August, and I'm hitting the trail again. I'm on my way to Estella.
Just before the bridge, I noticed a wall with arrow slits. It's crazy to think that what was once used for defense against enemies is now considered trash bins. Built in the 11th century, this beautiful stone bridge spans the Arga River and has aided countless pilgrims on their journey to Santiago de Compostela. One of the most interesting aspects of walking the Camino de Santiago is the ever-present history you see with each step, alongside natural beauty. Another unique attraction is the wine fountain at Bodegas Irach near Estella. Officially, the wine fountain operates from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. When I arrived at 7, it was already open. Nothing says breakfast better than a glass of wine in the morning. Here, pilgrims can enjoy a complimentary taste of local wine. And the best part? It's free. Burgos is a beautiful city in the heart of Spain's Castile and Leon region and the gateway to the Meseta, Spain's central plateau. This historic city is known for its medieval architecture, and most notably, Cathedral of Burgos. Built in the Gothic style, this architectural masterpiece began construction in 1221 and took over 3 centuries to complete. The statue El Peregrino in front of the cathedral is a popular photo spot for pilgrims. As you enter the cathedral, you are greeted by the stunning stained glass windows. Beneath the cathedral lies the tomb of El Cid, which serves as the final resting place for the Spanish hero and his wife. The plaza in front of the cathedral is called Plaza del Rey San Fernando, where you'll find several outdoor cafes and restaurants. And of course, why not have an ice cold beer while admiring Burgos Cathedral? The Meseta, although not on my top 12 list, is worth mentioning. The Meseta is flat, very flat. And how flat is it, you ask? Well, it's where I learned the saying, the Meseta is so flat you can watch your dog run away for 3 days. Stretching across the heart of Spain, roughly between Burgos and Leon, it offers a unique and serene experience for pilgrims. The landscape features wheat fields, sunflower fields, rolling hills, and a horizon that just seems to go on forever. Despite its challenges like intense summer heat, the Meseta's quiet beauty leaves a lasting impression on those who journey through it. Leon is the final large city on the Camino before reaching Santiago de Compostela and marks the end of the Meseta. As you descend from the hills toward Leon, the cathedral's towering spires stand out against the sky. This city has its origins in Roman times, having been established as a Roman military encampment and was built between the 13th and 15th centuries. The cathedral is known for its stunning stained glass windows, which are considered some of the finest in Europe. The windows cover an area of about 19,000 square feet, making the cathedral one of the largest collections of medieval stained glass in the world. Also worth seeing while in Leon is Casa Botins. Built between 1891 and 1892, it contains a museum dedicated to Catalan architect Antoni Gaudí. His most renowned work is the Basílica de la Sagrada Familia in Barcelona. Make sure to enjoy one of the many outdoor cafes in front of the cathedral. It is beautiful in the evening. Or better yet, why not have an ice-cold beer while watching the view of the cathedral? Number 9 on my list is Cruz de Ferro, or Iron Cross, and is a landmark on the Camino de Santiago. It consists of a tall wooden pole crowned with an iron cross. Pilgrims traditionally leave mementos from home, like photographs, painted stones, and religious items, as tributes to their loved ones. This tradition is thought to offer spiritual relief and inspire pilgrims for the rest of their journey. On the way down from Cruz de Ferro, a stop at Café Bar Manjarín was in order. Ponferrada is my favorite stop on the Camino, in particular, the 12th century Templar castle. Its main objective was to safeguard pilgrims journeying along the Camino de Santiago. The castle was originally a Roman citadel before being taken over by the Knights Templar in the early 12th century. The castle houses a library with a collection of ancient books, some of which date back to the Middle Ages. It's an absolute must-see for any visitor.
All right, let's go visit the castle. Right back there.
Templar Castle offers breathtaking views combined with medieval history. Also in Ponferrada is Basilica of la Encina. The basilica is a Renaissance-style church whose construction began in 1573. And why not have an ice-cold beer while watching the view of the basilica and the church bells? Sarria is a small town not far from the end of the Camino. About a day's walk before Sarria is Mosteiro de Samos. It is a Benedictine monastery founded in the 6th century. It is one of Spain's oldest and most significant monasteries. The community of monks residing there continues to follow ancient traditions of prayer and hospitality, offering a peaceful retreat from the outside world. The interior of Mosteiro de Samos has intricate arches and stonework, reflecting centuries of art and history. The monastery walls display 16th and 17th century religious murals.
Well, good morning. It's October 7th, and it's the 45th day of the trip, and I'm off to Sarria today.
The walk into Sarria seems to go by quickly with great scenery. Not to mention pilgrims in tutus. Nearing the end, you feel unstoppable on your journey. I think even this dog, although tired, knew he had it beat. Sarria is one of the busiest places on the Camino. Most people start here because it is exactly 100 kilometers from Santiago de Compostela, the minimum distance required for the official Compostela certificate. There are many nice restaurants along Rio Sarria, and why not relax and enjoy a cold beer while watching the world go by. Make sure to visit the Church of Santa Marina in Sarria, which was originally built in the 13th century. Last on my list is Santiago de Compostela, which is for most pilgrims the final destination of the Camino. Most people spend their last night 14 miles away in Opino. Since I planned to meet my family early in the morning at Plaza del Obradoiro, I stayed just outside of town. The scenery was stunning, but seeing my family was even more exciting.
Buen Camino.
Here are the final steps of the journey, walking through the tunnel into Plaza del Obradoiro. The playing of bagpipes in the tunnel to the plaza is a recent tradition, and I found hearing them as you pass through a moving experience. This is the moment when I arrived in the plaza to the cheers of my family, marking a very special moment in my life. The Compostela, or Certificate of Completion, is issued by the Cathedral of Santiago de Compostela. This Latin document is awarded to anyone who walks a minimum of 100 kilometers of the Camino. Another prized possession is the gold medal that I received from my family. Here is the plaza where I completed my Camino. The large building on the left is Parador de Santiago. The Parador is one of the oldest continuously operating hotels in the world. Originally built in 1499 for pilgrims, it has been serving travelers for over 500 years. In the top center is the cathedral. The cathedral was initially constructed in the Romanesque style, with the groundbreaking taking place in 1075. The front of the cathedral has two large towers, each over 230 feet tall. The towers feature spires and contain many bells. The rooftop tour of the cathedral offers breathtaking views of the city. The view of the cathedral and the city are well worth a visit. The tour lasts about an hour. There are several different tours of the inside available. In addition, pilgrims often embrace St. James' statue behind the high altar, marking the end of their Camino journey. There are also 5 or more masses held each day. One of the cathedral's most unique features is the Fumero, a massive incense burner that swings during special ceremonies. It's also used during the Pilgrim's Mass. Check ahead, since it is not done in every Mass. It is over 5 feet tall, and when filled with charcoal and incense, it can weigh up to 220 pounds. My Camino Frances walk was a spectacular journey, blending personal growth and historical exploration. Ultimately, I walked roughly 500 miles from Saint-Jean-Pied-de-Port to Santiago de Compostela. Whether you walk alone or with someone, you're never truly alone on this path.